So today I wanted to clean out my ant farm because it's just getting very messy. There's a lot of seeds everywhere and a lot of trash. This one is empty, right? Yes. Okay, so just have to like scrape all the seeds out and all the dead flies and dead ants that died because of age. In case you're wondering why there's no sand in the ant farm, that's because ants don't really need sand. Most of the times you will see ants house in sand because it's easiest to manipulate. They can very easily build a oops, I almost crushed that one. They can very easily build a home in sand. But if you give them a test tube like this one, but then also with water in the back and a little piece of cotton in between, they can live in that just fine. And if you cover it up like this and make sure that they stay in the dark, they will be fine. So let's try to empty this little notch out. So I don't have any proper tools at the moment. A brush would be way easier. And I do have them laying around somewhere, but I'm not really sure where I left them. So let's just use some primitive tools right now. A piece of cardboard and clean it out. In a second I will also show you my colony. It's under here. It's a Messor Barbarus colony. It's a Spanish / African ant species, which mostly eats seeds, but they also eat flies and sugar water, that kind of stuff. Okay, so let's remove this little bench. It's like a beach bench for a terrarium. I put it on top here because the wind was blowing the cover away. So let's see if I can pick up this as well. This over here. There's a lot of ants coming outside because I'm like shaking the area, so they get kind of freaked out. Let's see. Go away. I don't want to kill you. Okay. They're moving away. So I don't do this very often because it just takes a lot of time. Especially because the ants most of the time just moving away, be annoying. They're very curious. They also always want to find out what's going on. Let's see. So if I move this away a little bit, you will be able to see all the trash that they made. They've put all the seeds to the side of the colony. And this test tube is actually just seed storage. There's no ants in there. They just filled it with seeds. Let's see. They're getting very freaked out. There's a dead wasp here. Let me pick that up. There's a... There he is. A dead wasp. So, let's see if we can pick this bit up. I just want to clean it all out, make sure that they don't get sick. They are very prone to disease. I'm sorry guys, I have to clean up. let's just scoop underneath like this. Okay, and then I won't damage them if I scoop them up. Okay, so let's continue doing that until all the stuff is here, and then I can pick it up like this. Oh, they are so freaking out. Okay, let's just move this test tube a little bit. Oh, I taped it to the bottom. That's not very smart. Let's make sure that there's no ants in there. No ants, okay. Throw them away. Let's just continue doing this. There's no ants. Okay, so it's been a while since I made a video about my ant colonies. I'm not selling ants anymore, but you know, I want to get back into making videos about them. How to make ant farms. How to, you know, take care of ant colonies and where you can find them. General information. I'm no longer selling them. So, you know, near the entrance is gonna be the most annoying. Okay, so now you can view inside the colony. It's the middle tube. I think there's like 30 or 40 ants in there. It's not very big, but I think it's like a year old now. So let's try to remove the tape so we can get to the other. I don't want to freak the queen out. The problem with this species is that they are incredibly, how do you say that? Very, I don't know the word in English. Very, oh, there's an ant on there. Hello. It's moving around. Let's see if I can make it focus. I don't think I can make it focus. Oh well. So, go down, boy. They're very prone to stress. I guess that's the word. Like if they get stressed out a lot, the queen just drops dead. So I'll have to be careful and try to do this as fast as possible without harming the ants. Let's see, we can take this one away as well. Pulled off. I don't want to hurt them. Okay, so now you can see how big the colony is. It's just, oh, there's one on my hand. There's just a bunch of ants running around now. Okay, so I'll have to clean these test tubes later so that I can reuse them. Let's see, I have to pull this away, the tape. I don't want that in there. Okay, I'm sorry guys. Okay, there's an ant on here, on the duct tape. Just throw them down. And let's throw this away. So, let's put the colony aside for now. So that I can just pretty much leave them alone. Let's cover them up to avoid any more stress. Okay, so the queen seems to be in there. So that's great. So let's cover this up. And let's leave them there. And let's continue cleaning. Maybe I should actually like make some kind of area where I keep all the food instead of, you know, just throwing it in or putting it in the tubes. It gets way too messy. You can see them running around with the larvae and the cocoons, naked cocoons. This one over here is dragging a naked cocoon. There's another one laying around in here. So I have to be careful not to throw those away. Okay, so I'll just stop for a little bit and make them go back into their inside the colony, inside the test tube. When time passes, they will just find the test tube, drag all the larvae in, all the cocoons in to the queen, and they will settle down, get relaxed again, and then I can scoop up the rest. So I'll be right back. Hello everyone, so here we are again, 24 hours later. As you can see, the ants are now quieted down, kinda calm. There's a few ants coming in and out of the test tube. I've put the other test tube back with the water in there so that they have a water supply. So let's continue cleaning. Try to get all the seeds out over here and try not to make them freak out too much. So I'll get the bin over here. Let's see where I'll put it. Put it over here. So let's see. Let's just start on this side. Try to get most of it out as quickly as possible. Make sure no ants in there. Seems to be fine. Okay, there they're coming. I think they feel the vibrations that I make on the bottom of the little plastic container. Yeah, they're freaking out again. And they're running outside with larvae again. Over there. Okay, he's picking it up. And there he goes. Okay, so let's just grab this bunch. Seems to be fine. Throw it away. There's one over there, one over there. Okay, so let's just get everything into one big pile. Make sure all the little notches are pretty much clean. There's a lot of stuff also sticking to the bottom, so I'll have to use some water for that. You can really see the difference in sizes. Like these are the nanitics, like the first workers that the colony gets. Like the first eggs that hatch are basically the smaller ants. And as you can see, this one over here is gray, which means that it very recently cocooned. It's only a few days old probably. So the bigger ones are actually a very good sign. It means that the colony is in good health. There's a lot of food available and the ants get bigger. And you need the bigger ants in this for this specific species in these colonies, because they are able to crack the bigger seeds because they have bigger jaws. And they can use those to crack open the seeds. Okay, so, oh, there's one over there, like right there. Go, little guy. Let's try to get this stuff out. Okay, there's no ant in there. Okay, so later today I also want to make a another video on making a new ant farm for these guys. I want to make a gypsum ant farm in a little plastic container. So if you guys would like to see that, just keep an eye on my channel. It will be up very soon. I will go get the gypsum later today. I believe it's called gypsum. Oh, I'm sorry. I believe it's called gypsum, I'm not entirely sure. It's called gips in Dutch. So I think it's gypsum. Anyways, there's the bigger ants over there, and the smaller ones. You can really see the size difference, and this is one of the biggest ones right here. I'm not sure if you can see that very well because of the contrast, but here, now you can see him. Okay, so it's just See if they will move away if we blow a little bit, make a little bit of wind. It will agitate them, but you know, yeah, they seem to be moving away. Okay, let's scoop this up quickly. Oh damn. This is very tricky stuff. Okay, so let's grab this stuff and make sure it's clean. Yeah, seems like it. Now I try to throw away as little ants, like preferably I throw away no ants, but you know, there could be one or two in there and that I didn't see them. Oh yeah, they're freaking out again. Okay, so let's just scoop it up even though there's an ant in there and see if... Okay, it already fell off. It's not on the bottom either, so... Oh, it's on here. Okay, let's drop him down. Okay, there. So, only a little bit more. Let's get this stuff. There's a very little one over here. It's definitely one of the first nanitics. It's probably very old as well, that's why it probably moves very slowly. Like the bigger ones are definitely very young. And as you might know, ants get an age between 3 to 4 months on average. So I've had this colony for 12 months, I think. I got it last year. So the nanitics, the very small ones, are probably older than 4 months. So you know, they should be seniors, basically, like very close to their maximum age. I might be going to die very soon of age. So I really prefer ant formicaria without any sand because it's just easier to keep hygienic, keep clean. Even though this sand allows them to make nests to their own requirements, they can dig out any rooms that they require. So that's very good bonuses that you get with sand. But having a clean formicarium is extremely important. I've had a lot of colonies in the past, like when I still was selling ants, I had like, I won't exaggerate, but I had like between 400 and 500 colonies at home, and like 2 or 3% died because of hygiene, and that wasn't because of me, because they were by themselves in the test tubes, especially like in the very early stages when you just caught the queen. And what is wrong with him? He's walking very weird. Well, like in the very early stages, when you just caught the queen, she's alone, and in a few days after catching her, she will lay the first eggs, and then like 40, depending on the warmth of the colony, between 30 and 60 days the first eggs will hatch. And then the queen has to prove her skills, like hygiene, for example. Or well, she can clean the eggs and the ants. And sometimes, like 2 or 3% of the newly found colonies have queens that really lack like molar skills, basically. Okay, so I'm almost done. Let's get those last seeds over here. And then I will just let all the little bits, like there's a few bits still there and there, I'll just let them lay those in the formicarium, and they will clean them up themselves. For example, they will make a little trash pile in the corner, What's that one doing? Let's try. Oh yeah, he's still alive. Okay, so they will make a little trash pile in the corner or over here or in the middle, and then if they done that, I can just scoop it up instead of. Oh, there's a cocoon there, I think. If they pick it up, it's a cocoon. Yeah, they pick it up. Okay, he's going away with it. Go, little guy, run! Run for the big hand in your home. The big invading hand. Oh, that's the big guy. He's coming outside like, whoa! What are you doing here? I don't want to crush them. It seems like I crushed this guy on accident, so let's scoop him out. Let's get him out. No, he's older. He's all dried up. Okay, so let's get the last bits out. For some reason they're all sticking to this area. Probably because there's a lot of seeds there at mess, and they like that. They like little messy areas, so that they can hide in there and, you know, find food and all this stuff. Oh, I'm sorry, guy. Get out of here. Okay, so there's the very big one, and he's back down. Okay, so let's just leave those last bits here. It's way too dangerous for me to rummage around in there. But you know, it's way cleaner now that all the excess seeds are gone, and all the older seeds. So I will get some new seeds. Let's see. I have some from the ant store. Let's see if you can see that. It's like a mixed. It has many different kinds of seeds. It has the very small ones. If you can see the black ones, like over there. The black ones are like grass seeds or something. And I really like those. Even the small ants can crack those, and the bigger ones, the bird seeds, only the bigger ants can crack that. So for now, let's just drop a bunch down here. I haven't thought of a solution for a feeding area yet, but I will do that later. Okay, so I also have these grass seeds. And they really like those. They really prefer the little grass seeds, the little yellow things that you see in this container. They really prefer those. If they can choose between the two, they will definitely, between the two piles, this pile or this, then they will definitely go for this. So let's put that down here as well. And there we are. So, in order to fill up the water tube, I have this very big hypodermic needle. It's a 10 milliliter needle, but the needle is extremely long, so I can go inside the test tube, squirt some water in, and then get it back out without it having leaks. So I can just continue filling that up all the time. I don't put water in these little holes because these species are very prone to drowning. They cannot swim like most ants. So I prefer putting it behind a cotton so that they can drink it from the cotton instead. It's way safer. So let's just leave it at this, and then another time I will use some water to clean it up, and then I will also think of a feeding solution so that I have a nice little area where I put all the food instead. That's way cleaner. So thank you guys for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.